Good morning,
Good
Rinpoche.
morning. Good morning. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Rinpoche.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We wish you a very good health, long life, and very successful in all your dynamic activity in your
See,
new age, new year 2026, Rinpoche.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. And all the blessings to you as well. Um, okay. Sangye chedan tsoye chonam la chanjo bardo dane gyabzo jen daye choje yebe sonam gen rola pinch Sangye drupara sho sangye chedan tsoye chonam la chanjo bardo dane gyabzo jen daye choje yebe sonam gen Drola benje sangye drupara sho sangye chedan tsoye chonam la chanjo bardo dane gyabzo Dagi chuje gibe sunam gi drola benjire sangi drobara sho. Saji mandala saji mbegi choji mendo damai ri Yende oige boinde sanye shin doi mende mue wai doi gu namai doi shin je borosho idama gurura medala gamne yandara yami. Okay. Uh, okay. So we will continue the letter to a friend. So the verse that we were covering is verse number 103, I think. Um, mm, so it's, yeah, 103. I think so. I'm not very sure. Probably 103. We may have covered this last week, but I don't remember exactly. So we will do it 103 onwards. Yeah. So far we have been talking about the flaws of samsara. So basically, being born in samsara is all fault, or basically, or it's misery. Yeah, the very nature of samsara is misery. And in order to prove that, in order to further that statement, we covered uh, consider um, the conditions of the three lower realms, which we know as suffering. We regard them as suffering for sure, and then also the three higher realms, which we regard as something good and better. Even those are the very nature of misery. So that is what we have been covering so far. Mm. Yeah. So I think we covered all this already. So 103, we already finished. But anyway, samsara is like this. So I'm going with the verse number 103. Samsara is like this. And thus we are reborn as gods, as humans, denizens in hell, as ghosts or animals. Um, but you should know that birds not good, a pot of many ills. Just to make sure, I will read in Tibetan. Korwa tenda lawe lami da nyewa yida tudo nam da tu kiawa sambo mala kiawa ni nyoba tu menyo yu la kenzu. Yeah. So if you read the text, you hear that it's talking about the gods, it's talking about the humans, it's talking about the hell realm, the ghost realm, and the animal realm. So basically, how many realms are there? In this book, Nagarjuna only mentions 5 realms. Further, proving further what we discussed last week, that the so-called demigod, the so-called Asura, or the demigod realm, is not necessarily a truly substantial being that is different, that is individual, that is a different being from the gods. So this proves the point that Nagarjuna may or may not. Nagarjuna is not necessarily subscribing to the idea that the demigods are a different being from the gods. Because if you look at this text, you will see the gods, the humans, which are the only 2 higher realms. Then it's in the hell, ghost, animal, so 3 lower realms. So there's only five realms, no 6 realms here. Then, so those of you who missed last week's class, is basically that the asuras, even though when we talk about the 6 realms a lot, in essence, the demigods are none other than gods themselves. So to summarize and simplify what I mentioned last week, demigods are more or less like a fallen gods. So when you fall from a certain position, then even though you belong, people regard you as someone who is not from that group when you fall from grace. So demigods are basically that. I went and we talked in great length about the terminology of Asura and all these things, but we will not go to all this today. So basically, demigods are in essence gods. They are fallen gods. Okay, so verse number 104. Okay, so 104 to verse 104 and 105. Goam kula Tibetan, I will do the transmission. Goam kula lupur meshona teda doshiri kiwa tane kya yangsi mebar gilen besen tewe checho goba shema chi. 105. Sudim tadang samden shirabki nyangen deshi duwa timmebe gobang mega michi semisel sachu melo nida tendop zö. Give up, so 104 in English, give up your efforts trying to stop all this, as if your hair or clothes had just caught fire. Just do your best to be born again. No greater goal or need is there than this. 105, with discipline and concentration, wisdom, to attain nirvana, peaceful, disciplined, immaculate, unaging, deathless, inexhaustible, and quite distinct from earth and water, fire, wind, sun, and moon. Yeah. So the first one, give up your efforts trying to stop all this. So we have seen that samsara is full of suffering. We went into when we say samsara is suffering, we're not talking about an abstract subject. We went to each of the samsaric world. We went to the human world, we went to the god realm, we went to the demigod, we went to the hell realm. Each of this realm, the 6th realm. So it's not something that you just say out in the air. You can actually pinpoint all the 6 realm or the 5 realms, and none of them are in a happy state. So that you can see they're all suffering. So here, give up your efforts trying to stop all this. The first line, what is it talking about is, if you try to, when we are suffering, when we are born in any of the 6 realms, when human realm, in the god realm, hungry ghost realm, wherever, we try to solve the problem in that world, right? We are born as a human, so right now we are human. We are trying to solve human problem. If we are born in the god realm, we will try to solve god problem, etc. Rather than trying to solve each individual problem, it is better to stop all efforts. To stop, instead of putting all your efforts on eliminating these individual problems, God problem, animal problem, health suffering, animal suffering, suffering of the hell realm, suffering of the human realm, etc. Instead, put an end to all of this. Put an end to samsara itself. Yeah. So if you put an end to samsara itself, then all the individual suffering, the suffering of hell realm, suffering of God realm, this thing will cease by itself. Yeah. What we are doing, exactly what we are doing is we our house caught fire. Okay, our house. We have a big mansion, very expensive house. So the whole house caught fire, and then of course it's burning our clothes, our pant, our shirt, our hair, whatever. So what we are doing right now is we are dousing the fire of on the cloth. We are dousing the fire on the cloth. We blow away, we douse the fire, and then we go to another room. And then that room is also engulfed with fire because whole house is on fire. And we go to that room, then we start burning again. And then we douse that fire and we go to another room. So basically, we have just been going around the same house, even though it's different room, different realm, different room, but it's the same house. It's the same samsaric world. So as long as you keep going into those different rooms, because the house itself is on fire, no matter which room you enter, you will keep burning yourself. So so if you keep running from one room to another room, you are wasting your efforts. So the exit the exit strategy is to break the window and jump out of the house. Basically to get out of samsara itself. As long as you keep roaming in samsara, yeah, roaming within the samsaric wall, then suffering will ensue. It will not stop. Yeah. I think I missed something from the previous verse. I think one of the important one of the important words. So the previous verse, which is the verse number 103. So there's a four line. Each verse is 4 line. It's so just so you know, it's called a shloka. Shloka means in English it's called stanza. So a shloka, it's a Sanskrit word which means 4 lines. Each 4 line is called a shloka. So all the teachings usually goes with 4 line, 4 line, 4 line. So that's the standard. So the 4th line is talking about in the previous verse, the 4th line, the bird's not good, a pot of many ills. So here it says birth, being born. So being born here is a reference to being born in samsara. Okay, being born in samsara. So Nagarjuna has this way of writing that being born itself is suffering. So being born in samsara means going into that burning house. So we connect with the current verse, which is verse number 104. It's talking about your whole hair is burning with fire. So when you are in samsara, your whole head is burning. So when you are born in samsara, the moment you are born in samsara, you enter the house. So you enter a room. It may be a different room, but it's still a room. It's still the room in fire, a room within that house which is engulfed with fire. It's a room. You may not see the fire or smoke right now, but that room lies within a house which is on fire. So being born itself, okay, being born itself, because for ordinary beings like us, we have no choice but to be born in samsara, right? So being born itself, it's like entering a room that is a room of a house which is on fire. Being born itself is like entering a room which is a part of a house that is already on fire. Yeah. Then 104, back to 104, the current one. Verse number 104, the second line, as if your hair or clothes had just caught fire. That one done. Then line 3, just do your best to not be born again. Yeah. So once again, birth here, right? Born. So instead of saying Nagarjuna saying being born in samsara, he just uses a very strong word. Don't be born at all. Because for us, being born and being born in samsara is the same thing. For high level practitioners or meditators who can surpass, who have control over their mind, who can decide where to be born, etc. That's a different story. But majority of us, most of us, we have no choice. So to be born means to be born in samsara. So for us to enter, to enter means to enter a room that is engulfed with fire. So for us, there is no difference between entering a room and entering a room that is on fire. Okay? So therefore, Nagarjuna is saying, don't enter any room.
Yeah.
So don't be born. Yeah. So stop. Stop putting effort to be born. So here, stop putting effort to be born means stop being born in samsara. Yeah. So yeah, that whole stanza, that whole shloka, of course, it has a background story to it. So we will discuss it maybe later in questions, Q&A. And anyway, so as you remember, if you remember, just a reminder that this teaching is given to a king, right? It's the letter to a friend. So that's a letter written to Nagarjuna's friend, King. What's his name? Gautamaputra. Yeah. So keep that in mind as well. So Nagarjuna is writing to the king. So it's a royal advice. Just do your best to not be born again. No greater goal or need is there than this. So many of the prevailing religious tradition or philosophies in India at that time, other than Buddha Dharma, speaks about, teaches you to be, give you special power, blessings, to be born in the heavenly realm, to be born as the king of the king, god of the god, king of 10,000 land, whatever. So many teachings, there are many teachings, many teachers who advocate these kind of teaching. And as a king, you have all the resources to invite all the best of the best teacher of the land, right? So Nagarjuna is saying, don't waste your time and effort and resources, going for all these colorful rooms that you wish to enter, different shapes, different room, different shape, different size, different colorful rooms that you see. All this room, after entering the room, after some time after entering the room will catch fire, and then you will suffer. So don't go for any of these rooms. Don't run after any of these rooms. Don't run after any of the salesmen, right? Pitching to sell you that room, that property, that house. Don't go for that. Instead, get out of the property. The whole property is it's a hoax. Yeah, it's false. So come out of it, run away. So now if you have to exit, you have to exit the house, not enter any of the rooms, but exit the house itself, the property itself. Just run away from the property itself, exit the house itself. So exiting the house is liberating, liberation. So liberation is the term nirvana. Nirvana is translated as liberation, supreme liberation, or you can say that. So liberation, nirvana, this is what we are trying to attain. So what is nirvana? So okay, so you tell me not to go to any of the room. You tell me to get out of the house. So what is outside the house, right? When you get out of the house, what you gain, what you attain, what you get. So what you get when you get out of the house is liberation, right? Nirvana. What you get when you stop your efforts to enter any of the rooms within the house and get out of the house. By getting out of the house, you have nirvana, you have liberation, right? So if that is the case, if I have to get out of the house, it's it's easily said than done, right? It's very easy to say get out of the house, but how should I get out of the house? It's all dark, it's all smoky, yeah, and all flames. How do I get out of the house? So in order to get out of the house, so the next verse follows. So with discipline, with concentration, and with wisdom, you will be able to get out of the house. In order to get out of the house, you need these three things. So that's the first line. With this first line of verse number 105, with discipline, concentration, wisdom. Then the term nirvana, right, which itself means beyond misery, beyond misery. So when you are beyond, when you exit the house, which is on fire, then you are beyond misery. Okay, so in order to achieve nirvana, you need three things, right? You need the discipline, you need the concentration, and you need the wisdom. So wisdom, first of all, wisdom, because wisdom, we will talk about wisdom in the later verses in detail. So wisdom, the essence of wisdom, wisdom in a summary is to is the intelligence, the factor which determines right from wrong, which decides what is right, what is wrong. So when you know what is right and what is wrong, you take the right and you leave the wrong, right? Or so basically, it is the one that picks that is necessary and leaves or drops that is unnecessary, because there is so many knowledge, so many disciplines, so many things to learn, so many techniques in the world. You can't use all of them at the same time. You need to use the technique that is required for your specific purpose, right? So in order to do that, you have to pick the right method, and that ability, the intelligence, that is called the wisdom. Okay. So first of all, you need to know, because when you say get out of the house, you don't know which window. If you break which window, you will get out of the house. So there are many windows that connect to the other room within the house. So you break one window, and then you think you are getting out of the house, but you actually enter into another room, right? And then that room catches fire very soon. So that's what happened a lot. So first of all, you need the wisdom to determine which path actually leads us away from misery, which path leads us to actual nirvana, which path leads us to actual beyond misery. That's a wisdom. So the discerning factor, it discerns what is the right path and what is not the right path, and then you choose the right path. That is wisdom. Okay. So then the first thing is wisdom. So without wisdom, out of so many paths, you will not know which path to choose. Out of so many windows, you will not know which one to break. Now, once you see the window out of samsara, out of the burning house, samsara is the burning house. Okay, so when you see the window, what you have to do is we have to break the window, of course. So in order to break the window, which leads out of the burning house, the path which leads us out of samsara, in order to break the window, you must use all your force, put all your efforts into one. You try to break it with your hand, with the punch, maybe you cannot do it. So you put all your efforts, like you use all your body to break the window, right? Or all your force to lift a very heavy object like a chair or a table or whatever, and then break the window. So put all your efforts, full force, all efforts put together, concentrated, right? So once you know the path, once you find the right path, you must use you must step on that path with full concentration. Meaning, you start with this path, you start with this path, you start with this tradition, and then you go and a little bit, okay, no result, maybe change the change the path, and you keep changing the path, right? You keep changing the technique, exploring, right? This will not help, because if you're exploring, that's what you have been doing before. You have been going to different rooms. You thought that room has no fire. You don't see any imminent fire, imminent threat, imminent fire there. So you enter that room, and that room catch fire. Then you burn again, and then you keep doing that. So you have been exploring for eternity, right? So exploration is not the thing now. Of course, first of all, you need the wisdom, right? With the wisdom, you discern what is the right path, what is the wrong path. Once you find the right path, then use full force, full concentration. Don't waver. Don't go here, there. Just use full force, efforts. It will take time, of course. It took you eternity to be stuck in samsara. So, of course, compared to tens of millions of years that you have been stuck in samsara, right? 10 years of practice is nothing. When you practice, right? When you do the Dharma practice, sometimes no result, difficulty, challenges. Now compare that challenge with millions of years, thousands of years, at least thousands of years in the hell realm, in samsara, that you have spent all this time. This is nothing. So put all your effort into one thing. That's concentration. Okay. Concentrate means put everything together. Don't waste your energy here, there. Put all of them together in one place. That is concentrate. Yeah. Then the last one is discipline. So discipline is basically the plan, right? So the wisdom is the strategy. The wisdom, the discipline is the strategy, actually. Yeah. So just with the discipline, that's the plan. Okay. When you have a plan, when you're doing a workout, or when you're doing any workout, anything, if you're going for a trip, you always list out, okay, it's a 7 days trip, and then you go to this place today, tomorrow there's this, right? First we go to we will land in the airport, we will go to the hotel, we will do this, everything. There should be a plan, at least a very rough plan, especially if you're going to a new place. If it's a otherwise you will just waste the days there. Yeah. You will waste. You may miss out on the important parts. You may spend more days on unimportant or boring spots, right? You spend more days in a boring spot, and you miss out. You don't have time for shopping. You don't have time for visiting the more important places. You need to know which particular place opens on which particular day. So many things, right? If you're visiting a foreign place. So basically, you need a strategy. You need to come up with a plan. So that plan is the discipline. So you have the wisdom, know which path, right path, wrong path. Even when you have the right path, then you must put your effort into the right path. And just putting your effort also doesn't help. There's a saying, I think you all know this: work smart, not hard. So work smart means work with the plan. Work with the discipline, that is work smart. If you work very hard with no discipline, no plan, then you are not working smart, right? If you don't work smart, you can work 24 hours a day, but the result will be minimal. If you work smart, you can work 2 hours, and the result is huge, right? So discipline is that thing. So it's the strategy, it's the plan, right? So have the wisdom to decide, determine right from wrong. Once you find the right path, put all your efforts into it. Don't get distracted. That is concentration. And also, when you are putting all your efforts into something, don't be stupid, right? Whether it's Dharma practice, whether it's anything you to do, don't be stupid. Yeah. Have a plan, have an overview of the whole situation, or a very rough idea is necessary, right? And then you go with the plan. The plan is the discipline. So you follow the plan, you follow the routine, then you will not miss out on any of the hotspot, any of the key location in that when you go for a vacation, when you go for a holiday, you will be able to cover all the important places, right? You will have time to do shopping. You will have time to do everything that you want if you have plan ahead. Without planning, no matter how hard you work, yeah, the result is minimal. So wisdom, concentration, and discipline, right? Discernment, focus, and plan. Yeah. Okay. So the first the first line is clear now. Yeah. Then second line, attain nirvana. Okay, attain nirvana. That's beyond misery, nirvana, right? Liberation. So, uh, so the first two words, attain nirvana, right? So with wisdom, concentration, and discipline, you will attain nirvana. Now the question is, okay, what is nirvana, right? What is it so different from the other rooms that is in the house? The house in the house there are so many rooms, right? We're talking about samsara. Samsara has so many realms. The house has so many rooms. So what is so different between getting out of the house vis-a-vis versus getting into another room within the house, right? So what's the difference? So now if you get out of the house, if you get out of the misery, if you get into nirvana, what you will experience now, that different experience that is different, that is not experienced before in the house. That experience is now listed here. You will experience peacefulness. You will experience, so in English here, it's called discipline. So you can correct that to humility. Okay, I will explain later. So humility, immaculate, unaging, right? Peaceful, disciplined, immaculate, unaging, deathless, inexhaustible, right? And distinct, okay? Distinct. So seven. So there are seven qualities. What is so special about nirvana, right? What is so special? What is something that I have not experienced in the house already? Now, the experience that you get when you reach nirvana, that you experience seven different or seven special, seven exceptional experiences that you have not experienced when you are in the house. When you go to different room, you don't experience that. Now you are out of the house, you can experience all that. Seven distinct experiences, yeah? Seven state of being that you can experience, that you can be. Yeah. So the first, okay, so the seven qualities, right? The 7 points. The first is peaceful. So what does peaceful mean? I mean, we experience peaceful in the house too. We go to different room, we experience the peace. Where we are in the human world, for example, we are peaceful. Let's say right now we are peaceful. We are just discussing, we are in a very peaceful moment, discussing Dharma, etc. The so-called, so the thing is this, even though we call it peaceful, if you ask yourself, are we really peaceful? First of all, what is the meaning of peace? Peace means free from disturbances. No disturb, peace. So a lot of time when we are away from external disturbances, we say, I'm peaceful, right? We are peaceful. We are in a peaceful world. Let's say there's no war, no hunger, no this and that. We'll say, oh, I'm living in a very peaceful country, right? But that's peaceful country, not peaceful being. So peace, as I said, means free from disturbances. No disturbances means peace. So are we free from disturbances right now? So this is a question. It's a test. It's homework. You ask yourself, are you at peace? Right? Yeah. So you ask yourself, are you at peace? Maybe some of us are at peace, and some of us may not be at peace. So those of you who are not at peace, okay, no need to discuss. Those of you who are at peace right now, do you think that peace is going to last forever? Within 1 hour, right? Within 1 day, within 1 month, within 1 year? Of course not, right? It's always momentary. The peace come, peace go. The peace is like a breeze for us. It comes and it goes. It comes and goes, comes and goes. So when the breeze comes, we enjoy, we say, oh, it's so peaceful. And the breeze goes, then we suffer. It's like that. So the difference, okay. So the main thing I'm saying here is that when we say peaceful, which is the quality of nirvana is always peaceful. That is the meaning, eternally peaceful. So there's no such thing as, okay, I'm peaceful now, and then somebody triggers you, then you are not, they rob you of your peace. They steal your peace, right? We are all victim to that. We are all vulnerable for our peace to be stolen, disturbed, taken away, robbed. Nirvana is different from that. Once you reach nirvana, your peace can not be taken away by anything and anybody. Yeah, eternally peaceful. Even though eternal is not the right word, but I'm just saying that to get an idea. Yeah, so always peaceful. That is the first quality of nirvana. When we are away from external disturbances, we say, I'm peaceful, right? We are peaceful. We are in a peaceful world. Let's say there's no war, no hunger, no this and that. We'll say, oh, I'm living in a very peaceful country, right? But that's peaceful country, not peaceful being. So peace, as I said, means free from disturbances. No disturbances means peace. So are we free from disturbances right now? So this is a question. It's a test. It's homework. You ask yourself, are you at peace? Right? Yeah. So you ask yourself, are you at peace? Maybe some of us are at peace, and some of us may not be at peace. So those of you who are not at peace, okay, no need to discuss. Those of you who are at peace right now, do you think that peace is going to last forever? Within 1 hour, right? Within 1 day, within 1 month, within 1 year? Of course not, right? It's always momentary. The peace come, peace go. The peace is like a breeze for us. It comes and it goes. It comes and goes, comes and goes. So when the breeze comes, we enjoy, we say, oh, it's so peaceful. And the breeze goes, then we suffer. It's like that. So the difference, okay. So the main thing I'm saying here is that when we say peaceful, which is the quality of nirvana is always peaceful. That is the meaning, eternally peaceful. So there's no such thing as, okay, I'm peaceful now, and then somebody triggers you, then you are not, they rob you of your peace. They steal your peace, right? We are all victim to that. We are all vulnerable for our peace to be stolen, disturbed, taken away, robed. Nirvana is different from that. Once you reach nirvana, your peace can not be taken away by anything and anybody. Yeah, eternally peaceful. Even though eternal is not the right word, but I'm just saying that to get an idea. Yeah, so always peaceful. That is the first quality of nirvana. Oh yeah, so it's peaceful. The second one is humble, humility. So it's says disciplined here, but it is yeah, of course, nirvana. With once you attain nirvana, you are disciplined. But the proper term is humility. Once you have reached nirvana, right, then you are at peace. When you are at peace, there's no need to prove something to anyone. There's no need to be loud, right? There's no need to exclaim. So you are at peace. You have reached the peak. Nothing to do. I mean, you are there. So there's nothing more to do, nothing more to go beyond. So what you do now you are at peace. You are calm. You are humble. When we are on a journey, when we are trying to do something, when we have not reached the peak, when we make little achievements, then we always cry about it. We always exclaim. We always tell people that, oh, I've done this, this and that. Because you are not at peace. Your achievement must be shared with others. Your achievement must be exclaimed to others, to be stated. You have to make a big statement, big thing about it. But once you reach the peak, there's no need to prove anything. You are at peace internally, and so therefore you are humble. Humility. Yeah, that is the nirvana. So because even though the Tibetan the verse, the first line and the second line is two different words, not the same discipline. In English, they use the same word, discipline and discipline. The first line they use discipline, but the second line is different. I haven't seen the original Sanskrit, but I believe it's closer to the Tibetan than the English. Anyway, so that's a little bit off, on the side. So the second discipline, and then immaculate. So that means perfect. Nirvana is perfect because, once again, perfect is something that is free from imperfections. When there is something is bumpy, on and off, right? Not disturbances are there. There is some bumpiness. There is some trigger. All these things. When there is interferences, when there is imperfections, yeah, then that is not a perfect. That is not immaculate. But nirvana is free from all of that. So therefore, nirvana is immaculate. So this the so-called imperfection, the imperfection we are referring to is basically the the mental afflictions like anger, hatred, this and that. Yeah. All the internal imperfection, internal disturbances. So we are free from that. That's why it's called immaculate. So then unaging and deathless. So that's related to each other. So basically, nirvana is deathless. There's no death in nirvana. Basically, death means end. So nirvana does not end. When you reach, let's say, human, you die after 100 years, something like that. Animal realm, a few years. Then, so each being has a lifespan, right? But once you attain nirvana, there is no such thing as, okay, so that person, that so and so master has died from nirvana. There's no such thing as that. So nirvana is everlasting. So nirvana is, and the very nature of nirvana itself is unchanging. So unaging basically means unchanging. So nirvana, once you attain nirvana, the nature of nirvana itself does not change. So it's unaging. Because it does not age, it does not die, right? Because it does not change, it does not end, right? In order to reach 1 hour, you need to have 60 seconds. So that 60 second is the aging. So because nirvana doesn't have seconds, nirvana doesn't have an hour. Because it doesn't have an hour, it doesn't have a year, it doesn't have a century, it doesn't have a millennia. Basically, it's beyond time. Got it? Yeah. So that is unaging and deathless. Yeah. And then it's inexhaustible, means no matter how much you use nirvana, it's not going to be exhausted. Yeah. Finished up, end up. So it's kind of related. Unaging, deathless, and inexhaustible. These three are kind of related because it does not age, it does not die. Because it does not die, it does not end. Right. So exhaust means to end. So there is no end. Like I think this is actually true with many of the most immaterial things. Anyways, material things, when you use them, it exhausts. If you have money, you use 100, keep using, then it just the number goes down. If you have a pencil, you keep drawing. The more you use, it just keep exhausting. So anything material, it just exhausts. But immaterial thing like mind, when you think about something, the more you think, the more you can keep thinking about it. Yeah, meditation, etc. So this is most immaterial things are inexhaustible to begin with. But here, nirvana being inexhaustible, meaning the meaning of that is that, let's say, if you reach nirvana, then if you stay within nirvana, is it going to end after some time, right? The more you use nirvana, is it going to be exhausted? Is it going to be finished up, right? There's no such thing as that. So nirvana cannot be finished by using or by using. It does not end, it does not finish up, it does not age, it does not die, etc. So so the idea of nirvana, okay, is not new to Buddhism. Prior to Buddha Dharma, there is the concept of nirvana, even though it's described in it's described in different manner, different ways. So Nagarjuna, who is presenting the Buddhist viewpoint, is that so he's presenting the Buddhist viewpoint of nirvana. So attaining nirvana is something that is peaceful, deathless, immaculate. So all these qualities that we just explained, right? All the 7 qualities are there. And moreover, it is different from earth, water, fire, sun, and moon. So the last line, especially the last line, is to deal with the non-Buddhist school of that time. So many non-Buddhist school at that time actually believe, because nirvana is not a new word. So nirvana is regarded as a place that you can go to. I think in Buddhism also, in today's time, a lot of Buddhists also, especially in Pure Land. So Tibetan Buddhism, many Tibetans, and then I think Pure Land. So anyway, most of the Tibetan, many Mahayana Buddhists followed that idea of the paradise or the Pure Land. So being born in the Pure Land of the Amitabha Buddha, being born in the Pure Land of Tara, being born in the Pure Land of Manjushri, etc., means liberation. That's what we think. Okay? But it is wrong. Okay? Very important. Many people, because I travel here and there, so I've met many people who have no idea of such thing. Even scholars are not fall victim to that idea. Anyway, so this is a reference. One thing, it's referring to the non-Buddhist school of that time. Non-Buddhist school say that being born in the, so for example, like the Jain school of thought, which is a very sophisticated philosophy in India, okay, actually predating Buddha Dharma, okay. So there are things like where you can be born in a certain realm, certain place, okay, where you'll be free from suffering, etc., this and that. So in that understanding, nirvana, in that understanding, okay, not in this understanding, in that understanding, in those understanding, in the non-Buddhist school of thought, nirvana has shape, nirvana has color, nirvana has size, nirvana has sense. So nirvana is flat like earth, okay, earth. Nirvana is hot or warm like fire. Nirvana is fluid like water. Nirvana is vast like space or sky, etc. So basically giving shape and size to nirvana and those understanding, which is not subscribed from the Buddhist point of view. So nirvana has no earth, water, fire, wind, sun, moon, no such thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so most importantly, in today's Buddhist understanding, a lot of us think being born in a pure land is same as being born, or being born in the pure land is same as attaining nirvana, which is wrong. Okay.
Yeah, Rinpoche, this is quite disputing here, Rinpoche. Yeah.
Yes, I know. Yeah. So I've been
Yeah.
asked many times this question.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I understand. Which is not we're not targeting attacking the Pure Land or anything. Pure Land is Pure Land. Pure Land is auspicious. Yeah. To be born in the Buddha's Pure Land, it's something it's not something to be looked down upon, okay, but it is not same as nirvana. That's the main thing. Yeah. To be born in the Pure Land is of course very good, but if you think that is same as nirvana, then that's a mistake. That's a mistake. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So, Rinpoche, so being born in the Pure Land of Buddha is auspicious and a good thing. But
Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah.
Nirvana is not Pure Land. Nirvana is
No,
a totally different
Pure Land and nirvana is two different things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a topic to be discussed some other time. Yeah, the Pure Land, the concept of Pure Land. Okay, so where are we? So yeah, so it's because the direct challenge that Nagarjuna is giving is not to the Pure Land. Of course, Pure Land Buddhism came much later, or Pure Land or paradise, this and that is came much. That those concepts are, you know, also not very public, because the idea of Pure Land is Vajrayana concept as well. So therefore, these things are not very public, so it doesn't have to be discussed by Nagarjuna at that time. So he was actually referring to the other traditions, the pre-Buddhist traditions of that time. So he's saying, because for example, like the Jain tradition, there is the idea that and many other traditions in India, Vaishnavi, so many. So there's a saying that to be when you're liberated, then you reach so very similar to the Pure Land sort of. When I say Pure Land, I'm not referring to the Pure Land tradition, which is prevalent in China and Vietnam, that kind of thing. I'm saying Pure Land in general, right? The Pure Land tradition that which is very popular is the Pure Land of Amitabha, right? Which is very popular in China and all the neighboring countries. So right now, when I say Pure Land, I'm saying Pure Land in general. Amitabha Pure Land, Medicine Buddha Pure Land, whatever Pure Land we are talking about. So these Pure Land, the idea of a Pure Land, yeah, is the I'm not saying it's wrong to have the idea of Pure Land. What I'm saying is it's not same as Nirvana. The problem is not that when you think of Pure Land as something good, something to aspire for, there is nothing wrong with that. The problem is thinking that Pure Land and Nirvana is same. Okay, apple is good, mango is good, but if you think apple is mango, that's a problem. So that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Once again, I'm not denigrating or anything, but you will see a comparison similarity between the idea of the heaven in Christianity. So when you do good thing, when you follow the commands and all that, you'll be born. You will Karsati go to the pearly gates where Saint Peter's is it. So will lead you to the heaven, and then once you're in the heaven, you can have very peaceful, enjoy, no suffering, like that. So this is in many the concept of pure, not a pure land, but the concept of being born in a very pure place, region, land, paradise, right? And then being free from all the misery and suffering that we have to undergo in our life in the human world. That kind of concept is universal. Christianity, Islam, wherever, all the religion that they have this thing. So the concept of, even though you don't term it pure land, the concept of being born in a very pure place, free from suffering, under the guidance or tutelage of a Lord is universal, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going into more detail now.
Dạ, bây giờ thì thầy sẽ không đi vào chi
Okay.
tiết nữa.
Where are we now? Okay.
Rinpoche, there's a few questions,
Yeah,
Rinpoche.
yeah, okay, yeah. So I will pick the questions. So I have all the questions listed here. So I will pick the questions. So yeah, let me just complete this verse, yeah, and then yeah. So basically, this is where is it? Okay, from earth, water, fire, moon, and sun. Yeah. So basically, nirvana has no shape, no size, no color, no taste, etc. Okay. Nirvana is basically freedom from misery. That is what nirvana is. That concludes, that summarizes the definition, essence, whatever you may call it, of nirvana. Yeah. All right. So the first question is I try my best to avoid taking life, but when I water the plants and pull weeds daily, there is still a possibility that I might hurt or kill ants. Therefore, while performing these tasks, what mantra can I recite that would be best for both me and the ants? So, so this is an unavoidable situation, right? In order to, this is, yeah, so this is what life in samsara ensues. You are suffering, and then you create more karma to continue the momentum of suffering. Yeah, that's what it is. And but the question is very relevant. Yeah, and therefore it is something that we encounter on a daily basis. So in general, we practice Om Mani Padme Hum, the mantra of Avalokiteshvara. But depending on your proximity, like if you are closer to Amitabha, if you are closer to whichever Buddha you are closer to, it's best to recite that mantra. If you feel more connection with Tara, you recite that. If you feel more connection to Genesic, recite that. Because from the Buddha's point of view, from Tara, from Amitabha, from Kasadi, Shakyamuni Buddha, there is no distinction. All Buddhas, all Buddhas have this unconditional love for sentient beings, and they have unparalleled power to help sentient beings too. So therefore, it doesn't matter. It is us who is stuck in dualism, dualistic, good, bad, right, wrong, right, black, white. So whatever feels close to us, whichever Buddha feels close to us, recite that mantra. That is the best one. Generally speaking, we will do Om Mani Padme Hum. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first one. Yeah. It's actually a twofold question. The second question with the same person, it's also when many ants come to my house, what should I ask? What should I do to ask them to leave? so, so I have no idea. You may divert them from one particular place. Let's say you don't want that them in your bedroom. You can divert them to, I don't know, another place by leaving a trail of sugar, I guess. I don't know. I have no answer for that. Yeah. So maybe they love you so much. That's why they come. Or it could be you owe something to them in your previous life. You are indebted to them. So
Yeah.
in this lifetime, because of your good karma, you were born as a human being and you have the means, right? And instead of them collecting the debt in the more um, aggressive way, they actually try to take away your food, etc. So maybe use that as an opportunity to give them back what you owe them. Yeah, things like sweet and etc. If you don't want them in a particular place, you can distract them to another place and then just keep feeding them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you pay off the debt. So another student asking, nirvana is a specific realm or is a state of mind?
Yeah.
So that's a question. So I think I already answered it to a certain point. So nirvana is not a state of mind. State of mind means like, okay, if you are if you take drugs and you can also get to a certain state of mind. So nirvana is not a state of mind. It's a state of being. Yeah. It's a state of being. It's not necessarily there is no such thing as a realm that you can go to. Okay. You can go to, okay. That's the main distinction between nirvana and pure land. Pure land, you can actually go. You can go somewhere. You can go to a land that is pure. Pure meaning free from all the imperfection, all the suffering, all the this and that. But nirvana is a state of being. It's not just a state of mind. Like you think of something and you're there. Not like that. It's actually a state of being. You can live in samsara. Okay. You can live in samsara, but not encaptured by samsaric misery. Mm. I think I gave the example before. A prison warden and a prisoner, they both are in the prison, right? The warden, the prison guard, is in the prison, but the prison guard is free to roam around, can go around this and that. The prisoner is stuck there. So samsaric people are stuck in samsara, where the nirvana, the one who has attained nirvana, is not stuck in samsara, but is in samsara. The next question is there's a in the prayer of Kundu Sangbo, there is saying that not even the name of samsara or nirvana exist. Okay, realizing this, you are a Buddha. Not realizing this, you are a sentient being wandering in samsara. So, what's the meaning of that? So this is a reference to the Kundu Sangpo prayer. I think the original the verse is like, "Ho, the ground of all is uncompounded, self-arising, vast and inexpressible, has neither the name samsara nor nirvana. Seeing it as such, you are Buddha. Not seeing it, you are wandering in samsara." So this has to be taken in the ultimate Dzogchen. So basically, this is to do with the Dzogchen practice, and also in the context of the ultimate truth or the ultimate level, if you like. We talk about the two truths, the conventional truth and the ultimate truth. So on the conventional level, everything is exist. I am here, you are there. There is pain, there is joy, there is love, there is hate. Everything is there. Yeah, everything is there because without that, the society cannot function. Because of hate, there is killing, etc. Because of love, there's procreation, etc. So there is a harmony, there is peace, there is war. Everything is there in the conventional level. That's what you see in the news, but that's what you see with your own eyes, everything. But from a ultimate point of view, all these things, on the ultimate level, nothing exists inherently. On the ultimate level, none of these are existent. None of these are there. None of these exists on its own. None of them are existent substantially. Okay, on the ultimate level. On the ultimate level, there is no you, there is no me. Because in order to define you, there has to be me. And what is me? If you keep finding me, so this is, once again, it will take very long time to explain all this, but what is me? So take away my label. Tongkhor Rinpoche is not me, it's my label, right? Tibetan person is not my name, it's not me, it's my nationality, right? Then white person, that's also not my me, that is my my color, etc. When you take away all those labels, where is me? There is no me. Okay. When you strip away all the labels, all the designation, all the title, everything, no me there. If there is no me, how can there be you? Because you is other than me and you. So there is no me, there is no you. If there is no me and there is no you, how can there be a suffering? Because suffering has to be experienced by me or you. So there is no me, there is no you, there is no you, so there is no suffering at the ultimate level. If no suffering is there, there is no samsara. If there is no samsara, there is no liberation from samsara. So therefore, there is no nirvana. So basically, this is uh, when you shave off, when you take away, when you pick off all the labels, all the designation, all the what's the word for that? I cannot find the exact word. So this is a reference to the ultimate and the conventional truth. Yeah. So on the ultimate level, none of this existed. Therefore, once you realize that, once you realize the distinction between the two, then you are a Buddha. If you don't realize that, then you are still stuck in samsara. That's the meaning of that word, that verse. So there was the last question, which is that I think that recently new one. Yeah. The last question is, I thought you are, once you die, you reach, when we die, we reach the Pure Land, not that we are actually reborn there. Could you please correct my understanding? So you're not entirely wrong here. So even though we use the term birth, but it's not same as giving birth in the human or animal or this kind of world. So usually we talk about 4 types of births. Womb birth from the womb, being born from the womb, being born from an egg, being born through heat, okay, and being born through magical born, okay. So the so-called birth we talk about in Pure Land, when we die, and those who practice Pure Land, and then we die and we're born in the Pure Land of Amitabha, etc. You are not born from the mother. There is no Pure Land mother there. There is no Amitabha mother who gives birth to Amitabha's son, etc. like that. You just appear there. It's called a magical birth. You just appear there. Yeah. When you die, you also disappear. When you're born, you appear. When you die, you just disappear. There is no the process of death, as the terrifying process of death is not there. The terrifying the struggling process of birth is also not there. Yeah. So you just appear there. You just reach there. Okay. Then now we go to the dedication. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah. Kewa di nyudu da lama sangye drogyoro nen drowa chekya mandu kege sala gövara jo jangjo semjo rembo nje magye panam kegyurosh kewa nyamba mebara yang kone kondo mebara jo me Vetere chen 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 sen chen me ai kembe wang bo chan be ya de bo mai lu joman ze sang wen da kan jin gen bin zo gen zon kan ba lo zon tai be sha lo so wan lo zon tai